A very good Sunday morning to all our Sports Today family members. Yesterday we had one match which was quite good. The other match turned out to be the first thriller in IPL 2024. Kolkata Knight Riders versus Sunrisers Hyderabad proved to be an absolute thriller. Andre Russell and Heinrich Klaassen ensured that they put on an exhibition of hitting. Klaassen's 8 sixes, but in the end, Kolkata Knight Riders just about managed to hold on for a 4-run win. But there were consequences after the match, which I will just highlight it a bit later in the video. But the first major bit of news that we're hearing at this point in time is that the IPL 2024 final, it could be held in Chennai, according to various reports that are coming, especially one report from PTI that has quoted the IPL Governing Council, some members of the IPL Governing Council, who are stating that yes, this time the IPL 2024 final could be held in Chennai with the qualifier and eliminator mostly at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. That is the current state of affairs that we are looking at this point. Last year, we saw the chaos that happened in the first final that happened in Ahmedabad. You saw that there was a 3-day final. There was a rain delay on both the days. On the reserve day as well, there was a rain delay. It reduced to 15 overs. The match went well past 12. And that is why you saw that, okay, it turned out to be a thriller. But as far as fans' experiences were concerned, it was not that good. With the threat of rain again in the period of May, it seems as if the IPL Governing Council just does not want to take any chances whatsoever. And that is why they have decided that probably Chennai is the best venue to host the final. In the past, it's often happened. The team that has won the IPL gets to host the first game as well as the final as well. It happened, except in the case of Mumbai, where they could not host it at the Wankhede for reasons that were well outside of their control. But if you look at it, 16 Sunrisers Hyderabad, when they won, the first match was played at Hyderabad. The final was also played in Hyderabad. Every other instance, whenever Kolkata have won, Kolkata hosted the first game and the final. So this time, 2024, you could see the IPL final being held in Chennai, but it's not officially confirmed at this point in time. Then, if you look at it, Ahmedabad hosting two qualifiers. We don't know which other knockout matches they will hold. That report and confirmation we are going to soon get at this point. So stay tuned to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis for that. But at this point, it is very safe to assume that yes, Chennai looks likely to be the venue for the other thing. And as far as the second schedule is concerned, as far as the scheduling of the remainder of the IPL is concerned, mostly after March 26th. In that period from March 25 to March 31, you will probably see the entire IPL schedule being announced, because it is very, very important to understand that yes, you will have to probably ensure that wherever places the election is held, at that time you don't hold the matches. The rule is that if suppose Delhi is hosting a particular game and it falls in that particular phase in which the election is held, 2 days prior to the game, 2 days after the game, you should not have 2 days after the election. Sorry, if suppose the election date is on April 22, 2 days prior to the election date, 2 days after the election date, you are not expected to hold any kind of matches in that particular city because of the security and logistical issues. So that is why the BCCI, the IPL and the Election Commission officials will have to really coordinate and work along themselves, because remember, Uttar Pradesh is in 7 phases. Kolkata, West Bengal is in 5 phases. Maharashtra is in 5 phases. So wherever Mumbai falls in that, wherever Kolkata falls in that, and all those other kind of things, the phases will have to be decided, and accordingly the elections will be held and the IPL matches will be held accordingly. But the rule is, whenever is the election date, 2 days prior to that, 2 days after that, ideally, you cannot host matches because of the security situation that is there. Now, as far as that is the schedule is concerned, you'll soon get to know it from March 25 onwards, maybe on March 26th or maybe towards the fag end of March 31. At that time, you will know the entire IPL schedule. You'll also get to know, probably the final will be the announcement will be made a bit later. That is the current situation we have. Now, as far as the match is concerned, Kolkata Knight Riders versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. Yesterday, there was a fine of 60%. Harshit Rana was fined 60% of his match fee for two level 1 offences. Article 2.5 in the IPL playing conditions clearly stated that Harshit Rana's behaviour after he dismissed Mayank Agarwal, and also the way how he dismissed Heinrich Klaassen also in that way, that resulted in two level 1 offences, and he was fined 60% of his match fee for it. Now, you will argue that yes, why would a bowler get this much of a fine? Remember, at crucial moments, Harshit Rana had delivered for Kolkata Knight Riders. When Mayank Agarwal and Abhishek Sharma were going great guns, at that time he broke the opening partnership. And then if you look at it, towards the final over, when Klaassen was in fine form, it took a great catch from Shreyas Sharma, by the way. So, he finally managed to ensure that Kolkata Knight Riders managed to win by 4 runs. But is the celebration valid for Harshit Rana? Maybe not. Maybe not the way how you were celebrating at the face of the batters. They are all experienced batters. It kind of spoke of a bit of a borderline disrespect for them. But then if you get hit in a high pressure situation, in a high voltage situation, what do you do at this point? So that is why it is a very borderline offense. Some people will say, oh, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. Some people will say, no, the justification is there. You have to find that player for the behavior that he exhibited. But it's a very split verdict on it. 60% match fee probably is the right justification for it. But that kind of celebration, it's your choice. What side of the fence you're? Do you like that kind of celebration? Then you will like it. If you don't, you will not like it. So that's the way Harshit Rana's fine is. And maybe going ahead, he might curb his instincts. But remember, it was a high voltage pressure situation. What do you do? So that is why very, very important that you set the benchmark. Already you've seen the first major player fine in IPL 2024. Harshit Rana fined 60% of his match fee for two level 1 offences. And that's the way you're looking at it. That's the way it's unfortunately that way. Now, what was Shreyas Iyer's message? There was a conundrum between Shreyas Iyer that what he had to do. Final over, who would bowl? Harshit Rana or Andre Russell? Andre Russell, with more of the experience, could have actually bowled, but then Shreyas Iyer chose to go with this instinct. He decided to go with Harshit Rana. When Harshit Rana got hit for a 6 and a single, Shreyas Iyer said that he looked at him in the eye. He revealed that in the post-match presentation. Harshit Rana was just given a good talk. Shreyas Iyer told him, this is your moment. I believe in you, believe in yourself, and deliver the goods. And you saw what happened after that. Luckily, Shreyas Sharma took that catch and he bowled a good last ball. It was a slower delivery, if I'm not mistaken. And Pat Cummins just missed it. And that's why great kudos for Harshit Rana for the performances. Unlucky that he was not given the man of the match, because I think he definitely deserved the man of the match award. But maybe the fine and the 60% match fee fine probably sullied those celebrations a bit. But they won't be complaining. Kolkata Knight Riders have finally gotten those crucial points by 4 runs. You do not want to lose most of your home games, because away you could face a bit of a problem in that sense. So, Harshit Rana, the message that Shreyas Iyer gave him was that I believe in you, keep the belief in yourself and deliver the goods. That is the way how he looked at it. He was not ruffled. Yes, after the first 6 was hit, there was tension, 7 of 5, but then he held his nerve and conceded just 2 runs in the next 5 balls. It was a really, really good performance from Kolkata Knight Riders, and the short boundaries, if you look at it, that is the way you saw a very high scoring encounter. I mean, 414 runs were scored in that particular game yesterday. So today's matches, if you have to look at it, the first game is between Rajasthan Royals and Lucknow Super Giants. It's going to be a rather bittersweet incident for both the games, if you look at it, because Avesh Khan traded from Lucknow Super Giants to Rajasthan Royals. He's going to be up against his former team. How will they shape up in that? So that is the first game. Rajasthan Royals, again a vital game for them. They are one of the contenders, but somewhere down the line, their inconsistency could hurt them. They have got a very good power-packed batting lineup. Yashasvi Jaiswal in particular has been great form. Let's see how he goes in that sense. But the second game today is really one to look forward to. Mumbai Indians versus Gujarat Titans at the Narendra Modi Stadium. And it's a kind of a bittersweet homecoming for Hardik Pandya, because remember, Hardik Pandya was the captain from for Gujarat Titans. He unfortunately now is part of the Mumbai Indians setup. And how will the reception be? It will be professional. At this point, there seems to be no problems when it comes to the dressing room situation of the Mumbai Indians. There is camaraderie, there is a bit of all that. But remember, even if there is a lot of tension in the dressing room, you will ensure that you keep that in the dressing room. And that is why it's a really, really good sign that Mumbai Indians is at least gelling through. Whatever differences are there, it may stay in the dressing room. On the field, they will be a very professional unit. They look to start well. Not since 2011 as the Mumbai Indians won an opening encounter. Maybe this is the year where they change that particular jinx. Mumbai Indians have not won an opening game of the IPL for over a decade now. Can they achieve that? Can they break that jinx today at the Narendra Modi Stadium against the Gujarat Titans? It's 2-2 in their favor. So let's see how that goes at this particular point in time. So 2 games, Rajasthan Royals versus Lucknow Super Giants at the Savai Mansingh Stadium in Jaipur. Then you have Gujarat Titans versus the Mumbai Indians at the Narendra Modi Stadium today. And Avad Agarwal is asking, is Surya available? Avad Agarwal, we already did a video on that. Suryakumar Yadav is not available for at least a couple of games. He's not gotten the fitness clearance. Definitely, he's missing the first game. As far as the other games are concerned, is he going to be available? That depends upon the fitness. But there were reports which were saying that he might miss at least 2 games. So that is why maybe he's not going to be available for the next 2 games as well. But definitely, he's not available for the first game. Suryakumar Yadav's absence is a big, big jolt. It'll be very interesting to see who will be Mumbai's overseas players. And that is why it should be really, really interesting to see. And as far as other sports is concerned, in the Australian Open F1 Grand Prix, big breaking news. Max Verstappen, the reigning 3-time champion, has retired due to some mechanical issues. Yes, Max Verstappen is not going to be in the Australian Grand Prix. He just retired. And that is the reason why you'll have somebody else winning the Australian Grand Prix apart from Max Verstappen. That is a huge, huge feat in itself. So, big moment when you look at it in the Australian Grand Prix at this point. And as far as Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka is concerned, Sri Lanka have lost 1 more wicket in Sylhet, but they are actually stretching their lead past 250. And it's going to be a very, very interesting fight between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. But one feels that maybe Sri Lanka hold the edge because this pitch is not easy for batting. And that is why it's going to be a very, very important situation at this point. Now, let us look at the other comments that we'll have. Avad Agarwal is asking me, will KL keep? Yes, KL Rahul is going to keep. But the main question is he going to play in the middle order? Because if he plays in the middle order, then there is a big problem. Whatever is Lucknow Super Giants' composition, the team balance, that kind of goes for a toss if KL Rahul bats in the middle order. KL Rahul is a designated opener. He's had tremendous success as an opener in the IPL. But he's trying to make a comeback into the Indian cricket team. Now, if he keeps and then he bats in the middle order, then the entire team composition goes all right. Remember, only one major slot is available. Only one slot is available in the Indian cricket team setup, and that is the wicket-keeper batting position. Jitesh is there. Rishabh Pant is there. KL Rahul is there. We have done a video on that. You can just see what are the pros and cons. At this point, who will be your wicket-keeper bat? KL Rahul, but he can only bat at number 6. He'll be batting at number 4 or number 5 for Lucknow Super Giants. Let's see how that happens. But if he opens, then Lucknow's composition is great. But if he doesn't open and bats in the middle order, then I'm sorry. I think Lucknow Super Giants' team composition is kind of messed up in that sense. Then Avad, yes, Devdutt also traded to Lucknow Super Giants. He's saying that Kolkata pitch was different from the World Cup. Yes, the Kolkata pitch had to be different from the IPL as compared to the World Cup. Remember, IPL, if you look at it, the World Cup match was held around October, November. At that time, there was a depression in the Bay of Bengal. Rain was predicted. And that is why the overhead conditions as compared to the pitch became different. IPL in March, if you look at March to April, you'll always see pitches which are very flat at the Eden Gardens. And that's why you will get different pitches at this point. Then our Mayank Taplial is like saying there should be a zero tolerance policy of IPL governing council against send-offs. The players who do it should be stopped from participating in the rest of the tournament. I mean, Mayank, see, there is a 50-50 debate, okay? Some people will appreciate his aggression. Some people will not like it, say, no, 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 you are disrespecting the seniority of someone like a Mayank Agrawal or anything. The kind of send-off will divide opinions. Some people say a bowler's aggression is great. He's at least taking a wicket. He's putting in the hard yards. But then what do you do then? Was that merited? It's a very 50-50 debate. There is no right or wrong. Some people will like it. Some people will not like it. That is what exactly is happening at this point. Magnus is like asking, why moral policing happening on how to celebrate? Exactly. I mean, if you look at it, does a bowler get a lot of leeway? That is the situation that we are having. Does a bowler get a lot of leeway? He gets hits for run. He doesn't get the pitch conditions that is there. He has to actually operate with nothing in his platter. So when he gets a wicket, it is the passion, it is the frustration. But as I had mentioned, this kind of send-offs divide opinion. People will like it, people will not like it. That is the current state that we've got at this point. So maybe on a zero tolerance policy, too much, but then there will be a lot of unfair debate about all these kind of things. So updates on the Swiss Open Sportsman, I'll be giving an update as soon as we do it in the afternoon. I will be giving you updates on that, so stay tuned for all the latest news and analysis. But what we do know in the Swiss Open is that unfortunately PV Sindhu and Lakshya Sen have crashed out, and that's why Kidambi is the warrior that you're looking at this point in time, along with Kiran George and Priyanshu Rajawat. I'll be doing a special update on that, so do stay tuned for it. So that is the current situation. We'll be back at 2:45 3 p.m. IST for the toss between Lucknow Super Giants and Rajasthan Royals. That will happen at the Savai Mansingh Stadium. As far as the other game is concerned, GT versus MI, that promises to be a blockbuster. Rohit Sharma without the burden of captaincy after a decade. Let's see how that goes. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this morning wrap. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Rate. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.